everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here. We're going to do the last match in our 5-round league. Currently we are 2-2, so this is a pretty important win. After this, we're going to be doing a deck tech and a new match after I swap this deck around. But the deck tech and match 1 are going to be exclusively shown on the Magic Learning YouTube channel. So I'll have the link to that in the description, and then the matches 2 and 3 for that video are going to be posted on Seems Good Magic. So you're going to get an extra match on this video series, and exclusively the deck tech and match 1 are going to be on Magic Learning. So be sure and check that channel out, and check out the new deck tech, because there will be some changes with this deck after this match. So let's just finish up this 5-round league and start a new one. Okay, we're in our final league match for this 5-round event. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands, a Ghost Fireblade, and an Impulse. I think we might have to do better than this. Ghost Fireblade just doesn't do enough, and Fiery Impulse is good, but doesn't quite do enough against certain decks. This hand definitely keep. This hand is pretty good. Dig Through Time is kind of dead, but I think we certainly have some action going on. I definitely think this is a satisfactory hand. We want to get a land on top, so yep, we're going to keep that. Just really want to make sure that we hit our third land so we can go aggregate into Sky Spawner, which is quite good. And I like the Sky Spawner as well because it makes our Dig Through Time cheaper, which I think is relevant. Hoping for Eldrazi. Don't want to play against Abzan. We're 0 for 4 against the Abzan decks currently, which is not very good. So I'd prefer to see like a Rattleclaw Mystic, Leaf Gilder. That's a good sign. That is a good sign for us. All right, so we're definitely playing against Eldrazi. This is a favorable matchup for us. All right, getting a bit flooded, but that's okay. Whisperwood is my guess. Another Pilgrimage. All right. Well, Ugin is also going to be beatable. Uh-oh. A little bit of trouble here. I mean, thankfully our opponent hasn't done anything, but still in a bit of trouble. Getting a bit flooded. Although we're close to being able to cast Dig, which is good. Lumbering Falls, all right. So still not at Ugin. Could be a Drowner of Hope. That'd be a problem. Whisperwood. All right, Whisperwood's less of a problem. Foundry, yeah. It is a thing. No blocks. Surprising. Alright. Opponent's got to do something pretty spicy here. Pretty surprised they didn't double block, to be honest. So he's got to play the Drowner of Hope, because I don't even think Ugin does it. Ugin can lightning bolt a Sky Spawner. Still not quite it. Another Sanctum, I guess. Okay. Not overly concerned about that. Okay. So attack with everything again. Let's say we attack with everything, including the Scion. I don't think that works for him. Blocks, double blocks. We kill them both. He can kill an aggregate. Either way, he's got to block with Whisperwood here. I don't think we have to attack with Scion. Although, ooh, now that I think about it. No, I think we actually have the kill. No, I guess we, no, well, I guess we don't quite have the kill here. Maybe. Actually, maybe. All right. I think we know what we're doing at least. So we attack everything at him. See how he blocks. Maybe he forgot aggregate has trample. Here's hoping. All right. Did not forget. So here's the thing. I can sack the Scion, and we still can play Fiery Impulse and kill the Manifest. Yeah, I guess that is the play. But the problem is this is going to lose a power. It's not like a huge deal, but it's a bit of a deal. Because he is going to lose the power, which means we're going to be just one short of lethal. Was it Nissa too? All right. So Ugin can't get him out of this. And Ulamog can't either. Drowner of Hope kind of can, but he has to sack everything. All right. Even with Ulamog, it's not going to be enough. Can exile an aggregate and a Thopter, kill a Thopter, but we still have lethal. All right. He just wanted to cast Ulamog. Understandable. When you got a 10 drop, you want to cast it. I already knew about it too because of his land, so that's not a big deal. So I still think hangerbacks are not that good in this match, mostly because they're just slow. But I can tell you, Disdainful Stroke is, on the other hand, very good. And we thought, and I still believe, that Roast is good in this matchup, so I don't think that's going out on a limb. We like our spot removal for Leaf Gilders and Rattleclaws. Negates can just go. Ugin, like I said, Ugin is a big deal, but not as big a deal as one might imagine. I think we want to cut a Blade. It's usually a safe cut. I think we want to cut Hangerback Walker because it's just, like I said, not that fantastic in this matchup. But the thing about Hangerback is it's good to sit with a Disdainful Stroke, but it's just so slow. Like, there's sometimes where Hangerback's just insane, and it still has good synergy with Pia and Kirnalar, but in this match, it's like, you gotta bash. You really just gotta bash in. I think we're gonna cut one more Walker, and we're gonna cut... The Flyers are so good. Almost tempted to cut like an Aggregate, but Aggregate was definitely good there. Could cut one piece of spot removal, because Wild Slash can still burn face. So, cut a Fiery Impulse, and then we're left with 5 spot removal, plus the Roast, plus the Disdainful Strokes. Okay. I kind of like this. Digs are actually a bit slow, too. Actually, why don't we cut one Dig and bring in a Hangerback? Okay. I'm okay with this, actually. I feel like Dig is fine, but if it gets to the point where I'm casting Dig in this match, I've probably lost. So this probably makes a little bit more sense to me. All right. Yes, this is definitely a keep. Good chance we get to go Aggregate into P and Kirnalar. No spot removal in this hand, but we're just going to have to live with that. Wild Slash is a good one. Since I can't cast anything next turn anyway, I think we'll just cast the Blade. There's a chance I didn't want to cast the Blade, like... If my opponent plays a 2-drop here and I draw, like... I didn't play a 2-drop, but if I were to draw, say, a Hangerback or something, and my opponent had a 2-drop, then that puts me in a slightly more precarious position, but this is just fine. I can even go Aggregate, next turn Aggregate, Ghostfire Blade, and then PN Kirnalar. Could equate to more damage. All right, don't have the Disdainful Stroke, but if I draw it, I will probably keep it up. All right. Well, now I'm pretty tempted to just keep that up, I think. Stopping Whisperwood just seems like the correct play. All right. Still get to Wild Slash that. On the patient plan still. One more land and we can go Aggregate and leave up the Stroke. Otherwise we just counter. Alright, so counter this. Now I think we go Aggregate, Equip. We can still hit a Whisperwood. We can even go Aggregate, Roast. All right. That's going to bring him pretty close to Ulamog range, but that's okay. So I think we just go aggregate. Actually, why don't we roast first? I feel like he's less inclined to tap if I aggregate or if I roast first. It's probably not true. Well, he didn't. It's good news. Do have the feeling that we're going to be dealing with an Ulamog very shortly here. Okay, well, I didn't want him to have a Shrine of the Forsaken Gods. Well, looks like he's at Ulamog. All right, once again, Ugin is beatable. So I can attack Ugin. Otherwise, I can attack him for 10. I feel like we attack Ugin. If he had Ulamog, he would have cast it there. I think we attack Ugin. Right? Because why would you cast Ugin if you had Ulamog, and my opponent could have cast it, just would have had to sack the Scions. But if you had Ulamog, why wouldn't you just cast it, right? All right, so there's a Radical Mystic. Sky Spawner is pretty good. So we're going to go Sky Spawner. Could even do Hanger back here. I'm trying to think if I want to burn. I think we just do Hanger back, to be honest. Swing team. I don't think he can get out of this. Wow. Awesome. We did good. We ended up going 3-2.